Alright, come on. Gotta try my single CZs. Let's go! Yes!
Oh, that is lovely.
I got this piece of poop.
Big money, big money, big money! Oh, Raygun! Yeah!
He's just wasting.
My goodness, why is there a green and a blue box then? Why is it green? No, 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 no.
I don't love you anymore. Goodbye.
The Mystery Box, one of the most iconic pieces of Call of Duty Zombies. The Mystery Box, well granted, can be annoying because when it comes to wanting to get a certain weapon that you really want from the box and you just never get it, it can be annoying. But it's still so satisfying to know that you might have got a wonder weapon from the box, or a weapon that you wanted to buy off a wall but instead you luckily got it from the box. Just being able to obtain that weapon for a cheaper price at just 950 points compared to that of say 1250 points for example. You know the Mystery Box is iconic when Syndicate's original intro was revolved around the Mystery Box in Nactor and Toten. Till this day, from World at War up to BO4, the Mystery Box still feels really good to give a spin and see what you might obtain, but when Cold War released, everything changed. But before we get to that, let's talk about what made the original Mystery Box so special in the first place. For starters, this is the first in-game mechanic, I'm pretty sure, where you can unlock random and unique weapons from a randomizer type mechanic in a game, ever. Specifically talk about World of War Zombies here. In World of War Zombies, there were weapons you could buy off the wall, and some of those weapons even appear in the Mystery Box. But then, there are some weapons in the Mystery Box that only appear in the box itself. First few weapons that come to mind are mostly LMGs, like the MG42 or the Browning M1919. But above all else, the Mystery Box was well known for keeping the most important pieces of Call of Duty Zombies: wonder weapons. Wonder weapons are a crucial staple and a part of zombies, and most of the time, I'd say really from World of War to BO4, everyone's main reason for spinning the Mystery Box was because they wanted the wonder weapon. At the start of zombies, it was always the ray gun, then the Wonder Wolf, then comes Black Ops 1 with the Thunder Gun, then the new equipment would be added into the Mystery Box like Ghost Devices, Monkey Bombs and QEDs and so much more. And whenever you got a wonder weapon or the best piece of equipment from the box like Ghost Devices, you would feel a thrill knowing that you got lucky getting that from the box. But just because the box holds so many great things within it doesn't mean obtaining them is easy. Moon, one of the most iconic Call of Duty Zombies maps of all time, whilst also still having one of the greatest stories and Easter eggs in zombies of all time. But the RNG sucks dick! For anyone who doesn't know what RNG stands for, it stands for Random Number Generation, which basically means luck. In the Moon Easter egg, you need 3 things from the box: Ghost Devices, QEDs, and the Wave Gun Wonder Weapon. Now the problem is, 1, Wonder Weapons aren't already easy to get out of the box, but the same goes for Ghost Devices and QEDs. Now if you're doing this on co-op, it's much easier, but not by much. I only say it's easier though because it gives more people more chances to spin the box, but if you're playing solo, you're having to get Ghost Devices and Wave Guns, then get rid of your Ghost Devices for QEDs, then spin the box again for Ghost Devices. Like, what? It's really difficult and frustrating, especially if you're spending 30 rounds just to get a piece of equipment. Every Black Ops 1 DLC map Easter egg involves spinning the box. Ascension, you need the Thunder Gun, Ray Gun, the Matryoshka dolls, and Ghost Devices. For Call of the Dead, you need the VR11. For Shangri-La, you need the Baby Gun. And for Moon, you need everything I mentioned previously, like, why? Now, I get it, they're a big part of the Easter egg, but like, why is it that's the way to obtain them? From spending tons and tons of points, when we could be spending our points on so much more better stuff like Pack Punch, maybe even getting perks, spending it on traps for survival, and much more. Now, getting the wonder weapon from the box, just the wonder weapon, I understand, because everyone wants the wonder weapon basically every match you play, even if that wonder weapon isn't the best. But the VR11, yeah, that can go fuck itself. So yeah, the mystery box, it's cool, but if you're wanting those Easter eggs done, you gotta have the best luck possible. That's why my jaw drops anytime I see a new Easter egg speedrun world record bet on one of the Black Ops 1 DLC maps, because my god, I wonder how many times they had to reset just because their RNG was bad. Black Ops 2 Zombies kind of fixed this issue, however. Wonder weapons at this point are still needed for the Easter eggs mostly, but instead of just getting it from the mystery box, most wonder weapons in BO2 aside from Buried would have a wonder weapon quest, basically allowing you to get a free wonder weapon without having to spin the box, and that happened for most maps and games going forward from then on, but spinning the mystery box was still needed sometimes for the Easter eggs. Like for Transit, you needed EMP grenades for the Easter egg, and the only way to get those EMP grenades was through the mystery box. For Buried, it was the time bombs, and for Die Rise, if you were doing the Maxicide Easter egg, you would need the ballistic knife, or in Void of Despair, if you were on Black Ops 4 Zombies and doing the Easter egg on Voyage, you would need the Helion Salvo, as that is really the only weapon that can take down the Eye of Odin boss. Fast forward to 2020, Cold War Zombies releases, and there is basically a quest for everything that you just need for the Easter egg, at least I think. And I don't just mean a wonder weapon quest, there are even quests for equipment you may need to do in the Easter egg, and hell, you might even just be able to get them from the crafting table, like for instance Vanguard Zombie Shinonuma Reborn, if you want to reveal the cheat sheet and the symbols to get the symbols locked down in that one Shinonuma Reborn step with the dials, you can throw a Molotov on a sheet of paper and it will reveal all the secret codes. But this basically eliminates all RNG from the bots, because there's quests and other ways to obtain items you might need for the Easter egg, which I am glad are done. But even though that removes all RNG from the box, you may still want to spin the box just to get a good normal base weapon. But then here comes the problem with the current mystery box. Cold War Zombies introduced the rarity system, where you could get multiple different rarities that the higher the rarities to go, the more damage it's going to do. On top of that, there's different variants of the same weapon from the mystery box. It could be a different rarity, which the higher the rarity again, the more damage the weapon is going to do, which is good, but not good to the point where you could get the same weapon back to back with the same rarity and it's just got different attachments. I don't like how the mystery box gives you random attachments. In hindsight, you could say the mystery box is not only giving you a random weapon, which is the whole point of the box, but it's also giving you random attachments. No, I don't like this at all. Each weapon that I have to put certain attachments on should always stay those exact same attachments and not change it at all. For example, I could get a blue gallows shotgun within plain D machine from the box with good attachments, but then if I don't want that weapon, I could spin the box again and get the same weapon with the same rarity but even worse attachments. I absolutely hate this, and it's one of the few reasons why I do not spin the box at all. The weapon attachments I get on my weapons from the box should be the ones I selected in the menu only. Now, as for the rarity problem of the mystery box, when you're on a major low ash round, you're probably going to get a grey or a green weapon, might even be lucky to get a blue. But as you get to higher rounds, the box rarity weapons go higher too. For example, round 50 plus, you're 99% guaranteed to get a max rarity weapon every time, and that's the problem. The fact that you need to get to a higher round just to get a higher rarity weapon of your weapon that you're wanting is stupid. On one hand, yeah, it removes RNG factors, but at the same time, what made the mystery box before Cold War so great is that you didn't need to worry about rarities, you didn't need to worry about random attachments, you only focused on getting the weapon you wanted because it was your favourite weapon to use. Whereas in the modern games, you need to think about, will it be the gun that you want from the mystery box, will that gun then have the right attachments, and if it will have the rarity that you want. I think that is absolutely abysmal, especially when there's an even lower chance of getting a wonder weapon on a low round in the modern games compared to that of the classic games on their low rounds. Because all wonder weapons have a rarity of its own, and the wonder weapon rarities are gold rarity. And before you say, oh, but the quest is there if you want to just do the quest, and you're right, and most people nowadays just do the quest, but some people don't bother with the quest, and some people just want to spin the box like they always done in classic zombies, but their chances of getting the exact weapon, attachments and rarity that they want, and hell, maybe even a wonder weapon, is all over the place in modern games. I have two solutions to this. The first one is let every box weapon have the attachments we want on them, instead of random ass ones, and make it so no rarities are in the box. Now before people blow a fuse at me, for those who like the rarity system, for this first solution to work, they would need to rework how rarities are obtained, and in this case I think they should go down the Vanguard Zombies route and make it so every time you pack a punch, not only is your pack tier going up, but your weapon rarity is too. That would make it a lot more easier and a lot more better, but that would mean that every box weapon is doo-doo, because all of them would have no rarities whatsoever, and when you chose the weapon that you currently want from the box, it isn't going to be that good until you pack it, which leads me to the second, and in my opinion, better solution. The second solution is to make it so every box weapon have the attachments we want on them and not random ones, and all weapon rarities are set to grey at first for the mystery box. And if you want the rarity of the mystery box weapons to be better, you should do a quest or something to make the box weapon rarities better, basically upgrading the box, which I think would be pretty cool. When you do the first quest of the box, all the weapons will go to green rarity, then the next quest will make it so all box weapons are blue, then another quest will make it so all box weapons are purple, and then one more quest to make all box weapons max rarity, whilst also still keeping all attachments, you the player specifically, want on all weapons instead of random ass ones. I think this would be a lot better and give more reason and more purpose to spin the box again, and on top of that increase the chance of getting a wonder weapon from the box just slightly more if possible too. I know Wonder Bar Gobblegum exists, but once you use it in Black Ops 6 Zombies and you have the wonder weapon you want, I doubt myself and many others are going to want to spin the box again. I'm now going to pass this next part of the video on to Xenixy, as he's going to explain what he currently thinks of the mystery box currently in Zombies and how it could be improved upon, and all of his socials will be linked in the description below. Go check him out. Xenixy, take it away.
So obviously the mystery box is one of the most classic mechanics in all of Call of Duty Zombies. It's been there since the very beginning. Unfortunately, ever since Cold War, in my opinion, it has really gone downhill in its usefulness. A lot of players do not even use it, including myself. Most of the time the box feels completely unnecessary. It just gives you horrible weapons that you don't want, low rarities on high rounds. Today I'm going to try to help Clarky figure out why the mystery box feels useless in modern COD Zombies and what we can do to fix it. Now in my opinion, there's two reasons that the mystery box feels useless in modern Call of Duty. The first reason is loadouts. Given the fact that you can start the game with any weapon that you want, players are decentivized to actually hit the box and try to get good weapon from the mystery box. If I can start the game with an M16 or a shotgun, why would I go hit the mystery box when I'm most likely going to get a gun I don't want? When you start the game with what you want immediately, it completely decentivizes the box. The only reason for it then would be the wonder weapons, which most of the time you can build anyway, minus like the ray gun. Then when you add in weapon rarity, it makes things even worse. The box gets bloated with so many weak guns that it makes it feel completely useless to spin. You could make the argument that you can get really lucky and get a gold tier weapon on round 5 or a wonder weapon on round 5, but the odds of that are so low because there are so many different variations of weapons in the box with rarities. So I have thought of a couple different ways that we can potentially fix the mystery box and make it feel rewarding to actually use again. The first fix is really simple and really easy. We remove loadouts and bring back the classic spawn pistol. That would instantly make the early game progression more meaningful again. It would give players a reason to buy wall weapons and hit the box like we used to. And we don't have to completely remove loadouts. I've always had the idea that instead of just starting with your loadout weapon, you should start with a chalk wall drawing, just like Buried. And once you've turned the power on in the map or open Pack-a-Punch, there's a certain spot that you can draw the chalk on the wall, and that is your loadout weapon. It would work perfectly for people that like loadouts and people that don't like loadouts. You could bring back the classic spawn pistol, and it would still be accessible for camo grinders. Another fix I thought of is if loadouts are going to stay, then we need to limit how strong loadout weapons can be. For example, only let loadout weapons upgrade to green rarity and Pack-a-Punch tier 1. If you want higher rarities and more Pack-a-Punch tiers, then you need to buy a wall weapon or hit the mystery box. I think that would be a really good change, and it would give so much value to the mystery box while letting you spawn in with your favorite weapon or whatever gun you want to use in those early rounds. Also, with this change, I think we should make the mystery box give you blue rarity weapons no matter what round you're on. Guaranteed blue rarity, I think, would be a good change. It would get rid of some of the clutter of the green rarity weapons, and it would just overall be a good change, making the box feel more valuable. But hey, that's just my opinion on how they could potentially fix the mystery box. Obviously, I want to hear your guys' thoughts if you agree or disagree with me in the comments below. And I want to take a second to thank Clarky for inviting me on the channel. I very much appreciate it. It means a lot to me, man. Anytime you want to make another video together, hit me up. Clarky, you can cut this last part out if you want to. But yes, thank you, Clarky. Thank you guys. Back to Clarky.
At the end of the day, the mystery box is still iconic in zombies. It just doesn't have as much purpose as it once does. Because I play all the COD Zombies games most days, and when I am playing any games before Cold War, I am spinning the box way more often in those games compared to that of spinning it in the modern games. So I hope Church can make it so the box has more purpose again like it once had many years ago. And one more thing, Church just uploaded a new photo of the zombie bird that was revealed to us not too long ago, and this new image shows that it's not just a boss, it's a new version of the Hellhound. It's not even a dog, it's a hell bear! Like, what?